guys, so finally last day of the class or last day of this chapter. In Gushi, already done. Last day of the chapter, that is 3.7 data, right? This will be an interesting chapter. Let us see whether it is interesting or not. You are the judges for this. Done. Data related concepts. We saw what is data, right? What is data? Unprocessed information or your information, text, images, we call it as data, right? Qualitative data, quantitative data. Then we saw another concept called database, right? What is database? Right? Now let us say Christopher. This is a data. Now let's say Christopher belongs to ArivuPro student base. His roll number is Arivu1 Christopher, right? His email ID is christopher@gmail.com, right? His phone number is 831. That's all it is, right? I can't leak my phone number. Some phone number is there. Okay, this is the. Now do I have a data, right? Now this similarly there will be a person called Arjun, right? There is Arjun ka phone number, email ID. Then there will be Mr. Pradeep, right? There will be Mr. Sandesh. For all these are students of ArivuPro, correct? Your faculties maybe. So you have a database now. What is this database? Is nothing but data which are organized. Yes. Now are they organized? Yes. With some logic. With some logic. Then we call it as a database. Database means data arranged in a logical manner. Data arranged in a logical manner, we call it as database. This is what we studied previously, what is advantages of data and a database and other things, right? Now we will be seeing more. We'll be seeing more about database or data in general here in this video. Now guys, please understand, right? Please understand. In your previous, if you have previous versions of the book, EIS, it will not be under 3.47. It will be in 3.2 or 3 or 4. When data came itself, they put all these concepts there. They said, okay, why we keep all that information there? We'll change it to 3.7. Okay, there's no new concepts which is added to this, right? It is just change of numbers. From 3.2, they put it later on. Okay, this is for people who want some continuation. Sir, I old syllabus, sir, new syllabus was amendment, sir. Only number change, sir. Okay, done. Let's move on to this database. Before we move on to database and other things, right, you should understand this database more in detail, right? So there are certain words which you need to understand. Certain words which you need to understand. Now, bits. Okay. Bits are nothing but instructions. Okay. I told you computer communicates in what? Binary. Right. What is MB? Megabits. Right. Then KB. Right. So all these are things. Bits, 1000 bits is something. 8 bits is something. 10,000 bits is something. Right. That is how you are bringing your GB, all memory concepts. So all these things are stored in bit size only. 8 bits basically. 8 instructions will be there. Okay. Now this is bits. Sir, what is character? Character means collection of bits. Collection of bits. Bits means not your own what is a exam chits bits illa. Now let us see an example what is bits here. Now see here. Now guys, see here I write the word A. Can you see? The word A, can computer understand just like that it's A? It will be somewhere like 0, 1, 0, 1. Correct? That will be translated as A. This is bits, I told you. Right? Collection of bits is character. So this A is an example of character. One word or one letter. We call it as a character. Okay. Now let us move. Let us move into fields. Let us move into fields. What is that they are saying? Fields is a collection of character defining a attribute. Defining a attribute. Now let's take our example and see it again. What is this? Right? Now I write Arjun. I write Arjun. Now this is collection of characters. Can I say? Now can I say what is this? Name. Right? This we call it as field. Now collection of characters we call it as field. Sir, field, does it has an attribute to it? What is the attribute here? It's a name, correct? So can you tell me what to say? Let's say email ID. What can be the character here? A is a character again. Arjun@gmail.com. Can I say what is this then? Field. It's field and it's attributing what? Email. Are we clear here? Now, record is nothing but collection of fields. Collection of fields. Now, let me move into file or table is nothing but collection of records. Okay, we'll see this both as a similar, the example itself. You see this entire thing? Christopher Gautam, gmail.com, Arivu1, kindergarten, first classroom and circumstances 1. This entire thing we call it as what? Record. We call it as record. Collection of fields. If you see here, if I want to see here, what is it showing here? Delete, record. These are all terminologies which they are saying. Okay. Now, this entire thing we call it as this entire thing of this file, this entire file we call it as table. We call it as table. Collection of records. Collection of records we call it as table or file. We call it as table or file. Now this is student list file or table. Can I keep it as this? Student list file. This is a table. Now I open Guardian. This is another table. Right? I open student attendance. This is another table. Right? Collection of tables. We call it as database. We call it as database. Now let us come back here. Right? Gmail. This is Arjun. This is Pradeep. Gmail. This is some phone number. Okay? Now what we call it as bits? 0, 1, right? Character is nothing but C. Field is nothing but collection of character. Defining an attribute. Right? Record is nothing but a collection of field. Right? Then we saw table. Right? Table is nothing but collection of records. Then there will be group of tables. Right? Collection of all these tables we call it as database. Clear? Understood? Any questions here? Please ask. Okay, one question is asked. Sir, you wrote A is a character, right? I write phone number 9841321. What is this? Sir, this 9 is a character only. Okay. I told 011 means it's computer language, binary. I am referring to the instructions in binary code. It's not the number which I am referring to here. Okay. Are we clear? Any other questions here? Now let us go into this. Now database model. Database model. What is this database model? We'll read through, then we will understand. A database model is a type of data model that determines the logical structure of the database. Very important. That determines the logical structure. Now, how are you, what is it? I told you there's some logic in database. Data are related with some logic. What logic? Database model defines what logic, or in simple terms, how are they arranged? In simple terms, how are they arranged? there are different ways of arranging data. Do you agree or not? Right? There are different ways to arrange the data. So how are they arranged? That is what we are going to see as database model. Right? That fundamentally determines how the data is stored, organized, and manipulated. Manipulated means don't take the English word manipulation. We all already studied. Manipulation means calculations. How is it calculated? How is it processed? Are we clear? Done. There are 4 types of database model. There are 4 types of database model. What are they? Hierarchical database model, network database model, relationship database model, and object-oriented database model. These are the 4 types. Are we clear? Done. Now, we'll see one by one. What is it? We'll see it one by one. What it is. First one is hierarchical database model. Hierarchical database model. Listen here very carefully. Let's take an example. Okay. What example I have given here? CA intermediate notebook. Okay. Now, let's say in a computer file, how are you going to store your data? You will say main file is CA. Correct? Then under that you will create 3 subfiles. Yes or no? That is CA foundation, CA intermediate, CA final. Correct? Now under CA, you understood, right? I'm just saying CA under CA intermediate. Correct? You are going to have what? Group 1, group 2. Group 1, group 2. Then there are 4 subjects, right? Paper 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Under that further, right? Because our subjects, let's take EIS and itself. Why we will take other subjects? Yes. What did I say? I'll give you study book. Then I'll give you chart book. Then I give you question book. Right? Now, this is a nicely arranging of data. Yes or not? Right? Some logic is that this is how I am arranging my logic. Right? This we call it as hierarchical database model. Hierarchical database model. Let's see. In this records, when I say records, it should hit you what is records means. Okay. Records are also known as nodes. Nodes means the connecting point. That is CA intermediate is a record. You can take it as. Okay. Here, this is a node. Okay. Done. Are logically organized in a hierarchical relationship. Hierarchical relationship. You know hierarchical, right? Hierarchy. We know what is hierarchy. Relationship. In a inverted tree pattern. Inverted tree pattern. See, does it look like a tree? Right? Does it look like a tree? Right? That is what they are trying to say. Now, the top parent record in the hierarchy that own other records, we call it as parent record or root record. We call this as a parent record or root record. What is this? Guys, the CA topmost record, we started from CA only, no? This we call it as root record. We call it as what? Root record. Now, for CA foundation, who is the parent? CA, right? For CA group 1, who is the parent? Actually, CA intermediate. CA intermediate is the parent. But root record will be CA only. Are you understanding? Okay, they are not clearly defined in your book. Root record is always CA for everything. Whatever you take, right? Group 1, root record is CA. But the parent is which is above. Okay. Parent is which is above. Sir, when will you be a parent? When you have a child. So, for CA intermediate, who are the child? Group 1 and group 2 data. Right? Or records. Group 1 and group 2 is the child. Let's say. The record may have one or more child records. Right? Now you understood. But no child will have more than one parent. Correct only, no? right? No child will have more than one parent. You have any questions? Done. Each node is related to as parent-child relationship. Each node, right? These nodes are related as parent-child. So for sixth paper, who is the parent? Group 2. Okay. This is how. So there is one-to-one relationship, one-to-one relationship, or one-to-many relationship, one-to-many relationship. If you see here, right? So group 2 has 1. This is 1. How many relationship it has? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1:4. 1 to many. Or it can be, let us say, what is it? 1 to many here. Let us say this faculty only gives study book. Okay. Let's say paper 4 only gives study book. Okay. Now what is the relationship? 1 to 1. That is what it is. It can be 1 to many or 1 to 1 relationship. That we'll see. Don't jump. Yeah. You're interviewing in the class. Any questions? Please ask. Nodes. Nodes are nothing but the connecting point. See, this is a node, right? Whichever is a record is, we call it as a record, node. Okay. See, intermediate, group 1. These are all main records, no? Are known as nodes. Sir, root record and parent is the same. No. See, root record is this. Where it is starting, the topmost, we call it as root. Okay, from where it is originating. From which root is it originating? That we call it as root. Parent this root here, for CA foundation, what is the parent? CA only, right? That is parent. But for CA intermediate, for group 1, who's the parent? CA intermediate. Okay, that is how it is. So here, although CA intermediate is the parent, is it the root? No, that is what they are saying. Okay, insert, it can be same, right? In case of certain data, how it's arranged, it depends. Are we clear? Are we clear? Done. Now we'll move on to the next database called as network database. We'll go to network database. Now, network database, let us see. This is A, this is B, this is C. Imagine these are banks. These are all banks. A bank, B bank, and C bank. Now, okay, 3 people are there. 3 people are there. Now, this guy, A, correct? This is parent-child relationship is maintained, right? Data is stored like this. But Mr. C, he has 2 bank accounts. He has 2 bank accounts. He has 2 bank accounts. One from B as well as C. Let us say these are banks. Bank data. Is this possible? This data is possible. Now, can this be structured there? So this is an upgraded version of hierarchy system. Because if you want to follow hierarchy system, then the same data has to be copied twice. For example, here also Mr. C should be there. Here also Mr. C should be there. Duplication of data will happen, which is not recommended. So they said, okay, we'll change the database model. We'll have arranged it differently. Logically, we'll arrange it differently. And we'll keep a name for it also, called as networking database model. Networking database model. Now let us see. It's a variation of hierarchical model. Correct? It's a variation only, no? Done. Now, bananas can be connected to multiple nodes. Yes. Now, database structure views all records in sets. That is, where each set is composed of an owner and one or more member, thus allowing the network to be implemented many to one relationship or many to many relationship. That is to say, one child can have two parents also. One child can have two parents also, or one parent can have 2 to 3 childs also, right? So here, this is the child account, this is parent, but it has two parents. So they view the data as a set. They view this data as a set. Rather than seeing it as one records, they are seeing it as a set. That is all they are saying. All records in the set are viewable. Right? The network model can represent a redundancy and more efficiency than the hierarchy. I told you, no, if I follow hierarchical model, I have to repeat. Redundancy is nothing but duplication. We studied in database itself, right? So now there is no more repetition. No more repetition. That is what they are trying to say. Clear? Understood? Any doubts? Ask. Sir, how many to many? See here. 1, this is 1, 2, right? 1, 2, this is. So many to 1 is clear. Many to 1 is clear, right? Now, B as a thing alone, you see. 1 is here. This is 1 and 2. 1 to many. Correct or not? You can see it. If they are connected like this, what happens? They interconnected. Then many to many. Okay. It is how they are structured. That is not so important. But okay. If you have a doubt there, let me clarify. The connection is, it's not like 1 to many. It is 2 to 1 or 2 to 2. Whatever it is. Many to many. That's all it is. Clear? Done. Relational database model. Now, relational database model only, at least basic companies are using right now. Basic companies are using right now. Let us take an example. If you see here, this is an example of some data, random data I've got. Okay. Some grocery and stationery and all is there. Okay. Now, this is an example of relational database model. See how it's arranged. Your Excel file basically, okay, can be an example. Now, here look into this. Got this? This is a typical example of relational database model. It's simple as an Excel file. Simple as a Excel file. Okay. Let us move into it. Now, let us see this. A relational database allows data can be organized in a tabular structure. Table structure. Was it in a table structure? Yes or no? Tabular column. We call it as now. Draw it in tabular. It's a table column. That is how it is. Now, a table is a collection of records. A table is a collection of records. This we saw already. And each record contains the same field. Yes. Every record contains serial number, name, phone number, email ID. Serial number. Next record, serial number, name. Same only, no? Is it different from one to other? No. A record in one instance of a set of a field is a table. A record in one instance of a set of a field is in a table. That is, one instant means this one row. Sorry, one row, they are calling that one instance. This is 2 instance, right? 2 rows means 2 instance. One instance in a table, we call it as what? Record. We call it as record. Clear? Done. It'll take some, sir, record, table, little bit confusing, sir. Once you go and revise, you have to revise, no? Then only you will get it inside it. Done. Now, 3 key terms used extensively in a relationship database model. Let us see. Relation is a table with column and row. So instead of calling it as table, they call it as relation. Okay, is a table with column and row. What is row? This is row. Column means this. Correct? Now this is nothing but table. Right? So relation is a table with column and row. Now attributes. Attributes. What is this? Some keywords under relationship. When I say attributes means what they are saying. The name of the column. Name of the column of the relation are called as attributes. Name of the column is called as attribute. Now here what did we name it as of the column is name. Here we named it as phone number. For this name of the column is phone number. Attribute is what? The numbers, phone numbers. Correct? The data definition is phone number. That is what they are saying. Now domain. Domain is a set of values the attribute can take. What they are saying, the set of values the attribute can take. That is under name column, what are the values it can take? Alphabets. Can it take numbers? No. So the domain is a set of values the attribute can take. So what is the domain of phone number? Numbers. Can it take characters or letters? No. Are we clear? Some points this you have to just understand it. Okay, you have to write it. They are given it terms in this, so just understand that. Okay. Now some basic rules to qualify as a relation. What is a relation means? Table. Basic rules to form a table. Let's say the ordering of the column is immaterial. Ordering of the column is immaterial. That means it's not necessary name should start first. You can start with phone number or email ID, then name, right? The column, how it's arranged, it's not important. It is not important. Done. There cannot be identical records in a table. There cannot be identical records in the table. That means, can there be two Christophers? Right? Unique Christopher can be phone number, let's say. The same ditto, can it be? Then it's duplication of data. Correct? It should not be. That is one true. Third, each record will contain single value for each attribute. Each record, that is, let's say this record of Christopher, his phone number will be unique. Right? His email ID will be unique. That is what? Will contain single value for each attribute. Okay, it will not be duplicated. These are the points. Now let us see. All the tables are related by one or more fields. All the tables are related by one or more fields. So it's possible to connect all the tables in the database through a common field. What they're trying to say is, now let us say this one. Okay. Now your roll number is 1, 2, 3 is there. Okay. Roll number is 1, 2, 3. Your student name. Okay. Student name is what? Let us say ABC itself. Okay. Then he has email ID. Right. Then he has phone number. Correct. Can I have phone number? Now I conducted a test 1. Okay. Test 1. Test 2. Test 2. Okay. Now what do I ask? I ask for his roll number. Then his marks in EIS and his marks in SM. Correct? That is test 1. That is the important data. Yes or no? In test 2, roll number, EIS and SM. Roll number. Okay, listen very carefully here. Now, here also 1, 2, 3 will be there. Yes or no? Now, this field and this field is common, or this attribute and this attribute is common. Can we connect these two? Using some mechanism in a computer, you know how it gets connected. So this and this also can get connected. So when I see roll number, let's say EIS, he has got 0, that is 0, right? Now if I see this table alone, hey, he got 0. I want to call his parents. He has got 0 in EIS. I got angry. Okay, can I call? If I look at this table alone, I can't, right? I can't. But because the tables are connected, now with this roll number, can I connect, and this one will be connected to this phone number here, And can I get it easily now? This is how it works. Okay. Now let us see what they are trying to say. For each table, one field is identified as the primary key. One field is identified as primary key. Now they are given this is my example here. See here, course ID, right? Course ID is the primary key here. Okay, this is the common field they are saying. For each table, one field is identified as a primary key. Yes, this is the primary key. So course ID and course name. A004 means accounts. C002 means computing. Okay. Now, which is unique identifier for each record table. What they are saying, it is unique for each record. So they are taking this course ID. Can course ID be the same for two records? No, it will not. Course ID is very unique. Course ID is unique. But name, can it be same? There can be possibility. So accounts, can it be same? Yes. For PU accounts also you call it as accounts only. For PU2 also you call it as accounts only, no? Plus 2, 1 and plus 2. Plus 1. Both accounts. But the course ID will be different, no? Are you understanding? So you have to take the primary key, which is a unique identifier, which is unique for each record in the table. And these keys are commonly used to join, combine data. See how they are joining. Can you see here how it's joined? This course ID and this course ID are linked, right? And they are joined. If the primary key of one table is used in another to access the former data, we call it as foreign key. So here in this table 1, for table 1, primary key is course ID. This is table 2. So table 1 is using table 2 to get some data. Let's say student ID it wants to get. So here course ID becomes a foreign key. It becomes a foreign key. So if table 1 wants to get data from table 2, then here it becomes the opposite effect. Right? Here it becomes the primary key, here it becomes a foreign key. So same key can be foreign as well as primary. Okay. Same key can be foreign as well as primary. Okay. It's similar. For you, right? For you, US is a foreigner. Correct? US is a foreigner. For US, you are a foreigner. Similar concept here only. Okay. Understood? Any questions here? Please ask. Done. Last one, that is object-oriented database model. Now, this is a little bit more updated version of relationship database model. Okay, this is an updated version of relationship database. See, relationship database model only can store some text and numbers. Objective-oriented database model can store complex data. Can store complex data like image, audio, video. Right? And other objects also. Now, let us understand this further. An object-oriented database, also called as Object-Oriented Database Management System or OOBDMS, is a set of objects. What is this set of objects? Will come very shortly. Alright. In these database, the data is modeled and created as an object. It's created as an object. Now, let me give an example. Listen very carefully. Now, what is your address? If I have to say address, we'll say ArivuPro Academy. Correct? Where is it? It's in Koramangala. Then Bangalore. Correct? Then pin code 560029. Now, if I want to store in the relationship database, I would be storing ArivuPro Academy, then Koramangala, Bangalore, 560029 separately. Each will be having separate definition. Yes, Everyone? Now, but here what it happens is the object database, this will combine all these data. It will combine all these data and it will store it as one object or one data point itself. It will store it as one object. Are we clear? Now you see here, this two database files, right? To this two data, files are connected. Okay, sales is connected with learners. Learners are nothing but ArivuPro app learners. Okay, who have signed up on the app. Sales means who have bought the ArivuPro app, the courses. Okay, this is, so we have learners database and sales database. We are connected this database together with email ID. So what is the primary key? Email ID is the primary key. Are we understanding? So for sales, right? So I have connected in such a way that if you see, this is green color. Can you see the green color? And see the parent node. What is the color? Green means parent, right? Current node is, I am just highlighting the current node, that is blue. As well as, see here, now I go to this sales as current. Now who's the child? Learner. So sales is the parent node. What do I say? Learner is the child mode. Okay. So this is all happening in our database. Okay. When you say parent, child and all, it's all terminologies. Okay. I see when you go in, someone comes and audits. Let's say you tell it. Someone is coming and auditing. If you are not understanding, it's a parent node and child node. Right? You will not do a good audit here. Right? That is why you are being taught all these things. Not that you will get expert knowledge. At least you will not be, okay, somewhere that Christopher told, no, parent, child and all. One more guy was there. What if one guy has more than one parent and all, he asked. Right? We know who we are talking about. Done. Now, read it. It combines different aspects of the object-oriented programming language into a database management file, like a complex data file type. This isn't a complex data file type, combining all the address and storing as one instead of, right? Is it numbers? Is it alphabets? Everything it's allowing. It's a complex data type. Okay. Multiple valued attributes. Yes. Address field can have values like house number, location, field. So for the same data type, here you can allow text, but here you should only allow number. Here pin code you should only number. So you should, for the same data type. So for you, easily you can create pin code as a field. Yes or no? Pin code should have only what? Numbers. But instead of creating such a simple, they are creating a complex data type called address. Called address. Are you understanding better now? So address means starting should be number, ending should be number, in middle can be text. Like that they are trying to bring in. This is a complex data type. So these things are stored in what? Object-oriented database management system. It cannot be stored in relationship. So OOMBS helps the program makes the object which is independently functioning of the application and assigned with a specific task and role. Now this is the latest form of database. This is what is used everywhere in all your application, right? All your application. This is what it is being used. Okay, this software only is being, or this model only is being used. Okay, not the relationship database or hierarchical database or network. This is what is being used in all your apps which are using right now, or information system also. Are we clear? Any doubts, please ask.
In set of object.
Set of object means nothing but pin code is an object, right? House number is an object. Koramangala is an object. Location, right? City is an object. Combine everything and create a bigger object. Set of objects. That's all it is. It's a complex way of storing data. That's it. Instead of storing simply, you are storing multiple things in the same data file. Are we clear? File and file, you see, file is just, it's not a field. Object is a field. Are you understanding it? File is the entire thing, right? Like this. But here, see, imagine so much of data is there, means you'll keep on keeping it down. One line and go, right? So they are trying to bring it as here itself. Simple. That's all it is. I told you the address example, right? So going full stretches, it is an easy cutting down the way and storing it much more easily in an organized manner. Yes or no? Address means everything will be there. I need not go and see pin code, what is this, that, this. For printing means what I have to do? I print one by one now. Right? Just print address, printing will come. That is what it is. Okay? Concept understood? No. Don't go into nitty-gritty, too much of expert. I want everything, sir. Tomorrow I'll go and audit. That will take some time for you. Some. Got it? Can I move on? Related concepts of database. Related concepts of database. Now we are talking about big data. We are going to talk about big data. What is this big data? Now, let us understand. Big data means the data is too large. Too many data is there. Okay. Too many data is there which a database cannot store. An ordinary database cannot store. Okay. Let us read here. A term refers to such massively large data that said that conventional database tool does not have the processing power to analyze them. Okay, so database, it's a database only. Big data is also a database only, but it has too much of data. It has too much of data. We call it as big data, which a normal database cannot process. So, benefits of big data. Benefits of big data. What is this? Ability to process big data brings in multiple benefits, such as business can utilize outside intelligence while taking the decisions. Access to social data from search engines and sites like Facebook, Twitter enable the organization to fine-tune their business strategy and early identification of risk of products and services. Now, listen here very carefully. These things you should know other side of business. Okay, then only you will appreciate all these things. Now, when you are Googling, no, right? When you are Googling, let us take you want to do coaching, right? What did you Google? CA intermediate coaching in Bangalore, or best coaching, right, in Bangalore, right? This is what you will be typing. Now you Google will show you this is the link, this is the link, this is the link, this is the link. Now how many people will be searching? Many people. See, ArivuPro is the website, correct? Now I know how many people are coming into my website. Can I track it? Yes, I can track. So I can also know in this what people search also. I know. What students search also I know. What is the keywords they put. And for that particular keywords, let's say best ACCA coaching in Bangalore, where ArivuPro comes. Where ArivuPro comes. Is it in top? Is it in down? Or is it in second position? Right? All these things are captured by Google and Google shares to us. Okay. Now analyzing and understanding that, right? Can we make it better? Our websites, right? Can we make it better to rank for those keywords? Yes or no? That is the. So business can utilize outside intelligence and take decisions and access social data. Social data means Google, which is giving hey, people are coming on this through this, right? And fine tune their business strategies. Yes, we'll know. Okay, more people are searching for ACCA or CA, or they are using this word, right? So that I can, if people are not visiting my websites, then I can identify there is some risk, right? There is some risk. and I can strategize accordingly and prevent it. Similar to a different organization. Similar. Now Amazon, when you are searching anything on Amazon, certain products comes, no? Amazon will give data to those product manufacturers, right? They'll identify people are giving bad reviews because of this feature. Then they can identify that and go about it. Are we clear, everyone? That is one. Improved customer service. Improved customer service. Let's see what is this. Can anyone raise a ticket, please? You know how to raise a ticket, no? Can someone raise a ticket? Just say one ticket. I am happy with EIS class. One more ticket. I am not happy with EIS class. Two tickets you raise. One of you raise with I am happy. One of you say I am not happy. I am sad. Something you raise. Okay. You say I am happy. You are red color, no? So you say I am unhappy. Raise ma, fast. Guys, nothing but what they are doing is they are going to help ArivuPro. They are just going to this portal. Okay, I'm just saying what are any technical issues and other things. If you also have, you can raise a ticket, add support ticket. Okay, the team will get into this. Okay, raised up. Okay, now if you look into it, let's go to here. Okay. Now you look into it, say AIS class is awesome, best I have written, correct? Huh? You see here, the sentiment is positive. I didn't do anything. The software is understanding all those things. The sentiment is positive. It will take time to run through it. Okay, it will not simply immediately give, it will take some time to run through it. Here, I think it is not come yet. Very bad. Huh? You have to write something, ma. Yeah, that is okay, but you should write more sentence. Then only you have to give some data to the guy also, no? Otherwise, what will analyze? Raise. Okay, we'll give another person. This Janina is a little bit upset only. Okay. See, I have ordered CA intermediate books are but not delivered yet. Okay. So, her aspect is negative. See, with some data, it's able to understand what is the sentiment of the user. Okay. Now let us see. Traditional database customer feedbacks are getting replaced with new design with big data technology. You have seen a live example, right? So big data and natural language processing technology. So natural language processing technology. It's processing your language. You could have written anything. It's understanding. Correct? Are being used to read and evaluate customers' responses. Are we clear? To share. So, I could have read it, sir. For this point, you took this much longer, sir. Yes. What to do, ma? So, here only I can show off here, no. Content, it's really practical. In that auditing and all, where I can take you to audit and show you, Done. Better operational efficiency, right? Integration of big data technologies and data warehouse helps the organization to offload infrequently accessed data, leading to better operation. What they're saying is, let's say frequently you use certain data and certain data you don't use it. Okay. But you have a lot of important transactions, which you keep on having a lot of transactions. So you keep the important data in the main server. The not so important, you keep it in another server, another computer. Okay, you offload it in a data warehouse. Next topic is only warehouse. We'll see what is data warehouse. Okay. Now, what is data warehouse? Before we go on, any questions asked, please ask. Object is the record. Yes, object is the data field. Okay, not a record. It's a data field. Can we say combination of field as object? Yes. Combination of field, you can say it for your understanding as an object. Okay. Operational efficiency, nothing but, see, we have to see what is data warehouse, then only you'll understand what is here they have given data warehouse, otherwise how will you understand, right? Let's see data warehouse, then I'll come back if you want for doubt. Okay, done. Data warehouse. Now what is a warehouse? You store, correct? Now data warehouse also is the same thing only. Let's read it. The concept of data warehouse is to extract the data from one organization database and load it into a data warehouse, which is another database only. From a store office, you are, let's say from office, it's a storage area. From office, you go to a warehouse and keep it. That is also storage area only, no? So this is also a database. That is also a database for storage and analysis. Now, please understand the word. You have to extract the data and store it into a warehouse. We call it as database warehouse. For what? Why do you store it? For analyzing. For analyzing. Please stick on with me for some time. Then you'll understand the entire thing. Okay. Now, the process of extracting the source system. Now, I'll tell you why they are doing this. Okay. Let me give a conceptual understanding. Then we'll move on. Why they do this data warehouse? You have any idea? To free up the main things. Okay, imagine this is your main server. This is your main computer. Now, 2022. Now, people are signing up on ArivuPro app. Yes, people are signing up on ArivuPro. Sales is happening. Yes, sales is happening. Now, I just fast forwarded to 2090. Okay. Now, this 2022, is it so relevant? Is it so relevant? Is it operational data? Is it operational data? No. But it's storing in my main place only, no? It's there in my main database. Is there someone going to sign up? Hey, 8 years back I did ArivuPro class. One time I'll go and see before I die. By that time, it's a little bit, you are 70 above, correct? Or 80. One time I'll see ArivuPro class and come. No. You will not log in every day. So you will put it in another database. You will transfer all these data and put it in another database. Now this database will be having non-operation. Normally it will have a non-operation, or it will act as a backup. Right? It will store all the old, normally non-operational database and acts as a backup. Now this database, right, I use it for analyzing something purposes and all. Yes, they use it normally for analyzing purposes, finding out the relationship, right? They can find relationship. Okay, now normally we get more sign-ups from Karnataka, right? People are more giving better reviews in Karnataka, right? People in let's say Gujarat prefer Hindi classes. Like that you can analyze with the data whatever you have. That is that is the use case of data warehouse. Analyzing is not data warehouse. Use case, the extraction of data and storing it in a place, that is called as data warehouse. The data warehouse ends there. Okay, extracting the data from the main server and putting it into a storage, right? We call it as a data warehouse. Let us see. Now, the process of extracting from the source system and bringing into a data warehouse is commonly known as ETL. The process of extracting the data from the source system, from the main system, and putting it in the warehouse, the process is called as ETL. What does ETL stand for? Extraction, transformation, and loading. We'll see this very shortly in some time. What is extraction, transformation, and loading? In simple term, extracting the data, little bit cleaning the data. Operationally, or transformation means some cleaning will happen. What is the cleaning and all, we'll decide later on. Okay, and loading, putting it in the warehouse. That is called as ETL. Let's see that in detail later on. Now, there are two primary schools of thought of designing data warehouse. You can create data warehouse in two ways. One, bottom-up approach or top-down approach. Now, here for this, ArivuPro will not be a good example. Let us take Jio. Okay, Jio or Reliance. Now, Jio has so much of data. Don't you think? Now, they have data for Tamil Nadu. They will have data for, Karnataka. They will have data for Andhra Pradesh, right? Or, enough. Too many states, right? Now, they have data. They can have so much of data will be there in Tamil Nadu itself. So much of data in Andhra itself. So much of data in Kerala itself. Yes or no? Now, these individual data, we can call it as data marts. We call it as data marts. Marts. Okay, data marts. Now I can create small warehouses for each state, and then I can connect each state. Then that is nothing but India. Yes or no? If I connect all the states, it becomes India. So if I create warehouses for each state and then connect it, it becomes India's warehouse, right? That we call it as bottom-up approach. That is, starts creating small data warehouse called data marts to solve specific problems. Specific problems. These data marts are created and they can combine together for a larger data. Top-down approach. First you create for India. Top-down is create the data house for India. Then can you create subdivisions? That is top-down. So suggest we should start creating enterprise-wise database, then specific-wise database, and small. You can identify specific-wise business and then create it small. Are we clear? Now Reliance Smart. Have you heard of GeoMart? Why they are calling GeoMart? GeoMart, if you see the shops and all, very small. They are not big shops. Hyper supermarket and all you have seen, their plan is like that. Okay, they want to have certain things which are small and big things later on. Okay, that is why they go. Anyway, that is Mart means small warehouses. Okay. Now, data warehouse should be designed to meet the following criteria. It uses non-operational data. It does not normally data warehouse. Active data will you go and put in data warehouse? Would you put in a warehouse? No, it will normally contain what? Non-operational data. It will normally contain non-operational data. So, copy of data from active database to the company. Okay, that means data warehouse is using a copy of active data and putting it. Okay, see, there are different ways. One example I told you, 2020-22 becomes to old data, you can put it in transfer, or I told you backup also you can take, right? Data warehouse can be created for any purposes, but normally they take only non-operational data and put it. Okay, done. Time variant. What is this? Data as time variant. Time variant means simple. Timestamp will be there for each data. There will be timestamp for each data. When was this data created? At what time? Because now imagine you're putting so much of data, correct? When you should understand when this data was created, at what time this data was created, because time also is an important factor. Don't you agree? When was the sales happening? Which month the sales happened? To analyze, time should be correct. Right? So they'll receive a timestamp for each data before they are loaded. Or during the process of loading itself, timestamp will be there. We'll see this timestamp also. Data is standardized. Sometimes, now, you are a foreign country. Let's say I might receive money in US dollars sometimes. Sometimes I might receive in Indian rupees. I might receive money in Europe, pounds, right? Now, simply I'll upload the data. Money received. This much money received. $1 is equal to 74 rupees. So I have to decide my data warehouse in what unit I have to store. Yes or no? What unit I have to store, I have to decide. Right? I decided I have to store in rupees. I have decided I have to store in rupees. The data should be stored in rupees. So I'll convert all these data into rupees. First, that we call it as transformation also. But anyway, let us feel. So data should be standardized. Sometimes in certain data, you would have written first, August, right? 2020-21. Certain data you would have kept as 9th, 1st, 21. Correct? Is this same date? Actually, it's same date only. They are saying August is here. Then comes 1st. Are you understanding? Same date. But the way it's recorded in two tables is different. So when you are putting all these data, convert into all in one standardized format, right? Because data in the warehouse usually comes from several sources, right? It's possible data do not use the same definition, right? The data warehouse should match up these standard dates format and would agree upon all the data loaded, so that the data warehouse would not have should have to convert it to use a standardized format. This is called as extraction, transformation, and loading, right? Standardized. Let's in this we'll see what is extraction, transformation, and loading. This is also ETL. Non-operational data means data which is not used for operation. For example, right now I'm recording this class. Right, I am uploading it. It's going to be useful for which attempt? May 2022 or November 2022 or May 2023. That's all now. Will be useful for later on. After it will become non-operational. Right? Or my previous class is there. No, now it is becoming non-operational data. Are we clear? And one more thing, in C internal, you should increase your vocabulary. Okay, everyone. See, the problem is this is not from LKG we teach. LKG to 12th standard, all these wordings, everything would have been trained, right? All this language. If that is weak, no, then you have to strengthen it up, right? Yes, foundation I studied DCR, sir. Not help, right? Your foundation should be strong. But the problem in India, no, sometimes the foundation is not strong. Not everyone is getting the good quality education at 11, I mean, from LKG to 12th standard. So what happens is when they come to intermediate or CA foundation or CA intermediate, right, they get baffled with certain words. Sir, I don't understand this itself, right? That is the problem. For if you are facing that problem, then you have whatever I'm saying, you have that problem, right? So to address that, you have to go work more hard, right? And read books and read a what is a dictionary, learn these things. You should keep your phone always, Google it. You should always Google it, right? Otherwise, you will not understand things, right? No one will go into nitty gritties and say stage means what, second stage means what. You should understand. Second stage means second level. The first level is this, second level is this, third level is stage. Stage means, sir, stage I know only in that what is there in my function hall they'll put one stage. No, sir, that one, no, sir. If you think like that, then no one can help you because we have fixed time, right? We have fixed resources, right? If you are facing that problem, the only way you have to go and solve it is read, Google, understand, enrich your vocabulary, right? And it's a matter of time only, right? Maybe also you will not clear it in the first attempt. I'm being honest, right? I'm being practical, right? 90% maybe you will not be able to clear it in the first attempt because you're that time when you are learning the words itself, no? Right? But after studying intermediate, you would have learned so many words that you should be able to catch it up. So when you're going home, you're finding it tough means, then take your phone, Google every word, try to understand everything. What is this word? What is this word? It's okay, right? You cannot compare yourself with the other person. If he's going to clear it with the November exam or May exam, let it be. Okay, let it be. I'm not going to say, hey, you can all do it. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm a little bit different, right? What you have to do is you have to compare with yourself. Can you improve yourself? It might take 2 years. It might take 2 years for you to complete. Don't give up. Okay, don't give up. You just put in more efforts. This is where I am lacking. I have to understand it more. This is where what. After second time when you read, you will understand. This is the word. This is the word. That's the word. Extracted means what is extracted. Yes or no? Then you will, after intermediate, final, you will be able to catch it up, right? See, always remember, Obama became the president at 34 or 40, I guess. I'm not sure his age, right? You know what is Joe Biden? Age, he's above 70, right? It's the time. Now he is the powerfulest man in the world. Joe Biden is the US president, is normally the powerful man in the world, right? So he became at 70, right? Obama became at 34 or 40 itself. Don't compare you with other. Compare yourself with you. Am I growing? Am I doing? That would be the better comparison. Okay, because a lot of students have faced with this. Because I'm going to turn. I mean, more words are going to come. Right? This is the starting of your subject itself. So it's okay if you are going to take some more time, but while taking that time, don't give up. Yeah. Let's move back to our stages. Now, while doing this, from taking from the main server and putting it to the warehouse, what are the stages? First stage called as extraction or extracted. That means what? Taking, right? Taking the data, extracting the data, right? From flower you extract juice, right? Similarly, from the system you're extracting the data. So extracted is from one or more organization database. It need not be from only one database. It can be one or more database. We can see that this stage involves extract the data from various sources like ERP system, right? Database, Excel sheets, lot of things. The second stage, the data extracted is placed in a temporary area called as staging area. Now you extract the data, you immediately put it in this thing, data warehouse? No, you put it in the staging area. You put it in an area called staging area. What you do here, you transform the data. What is transformation means? Cleaning, sorting, filtering data as per the information requirement. You sort the data, you filter the data, right? Or I told you, no, here, standardizing, right? We spoke about standardizing the data. You standardize the data, everything you do there. Okay, that we call it as loading. Sorry, transforming. Once everything is done, you load the data. Once you do, you load the data. So the loading of data so transformed into the data warehouse, which itself is another database, right? From that database, you're taking and putting it in another database, right? That's what for storage and analysis. So information loaded on a data warehouse could be further used by different data marts, which are nothing but database pertaining to specific department function like sales or so same department database, you can make data marts. It can be based on departments, it can be based on states, it can be based on products, it can be based on anything. Okay, from where information can be used further for reporting and analysis. Okay, this is not required to be right, just for your information. Are we clear? Are we clear? Now, if I want to, let us see. You want to see here, this is data source. Okay, I can add data. You can see, no. Yeah, data. See here, I can take it from any source. Are you seeing it? These many things I can take it from. I can enter the data or I can take it from Google search console, right? The search console is nothing but the Google. I told you, you will get the information. This software only will give you the information. Okay. From YouTube, you can collect any data. I'll go for Excel file. Okay. I have tried sample. Yes. Here I am. See here. Now I can define the data. What is this currency? See, it automatically understands. But before I can define the data, I can join the tables also. Which table is to connect it to which? Then create. I can create. No. Then view. Edit data design. Model data diagram. See now here. Now this is data. Before uploading, I can trim the data. See here, trim the white spaces. If there is white spaces, empty formats are there, delete that off. I can trim the data. I can change, let's say the data is fully capital, certain things. This is called as what stage? Transforming. I can sort the data if I want to sort. After a long time using this, once again, I can sort the data. Okay, I can sort the data. I can do lot of things. Transforming. Then I click OK. Then only the data will get uploaded. Only then the data will get uploaded. Okay. This is the stages. I'm just showing to you so that it is there in your memory when you read it. Okay. Now, what is the benefit of data warehouse? Let us see what is the benefit of data warehouse. Let us see. Better understand data. You can better understand the data. Yes or no? Once you put it, you can understand, okay, this is my data and I can analyze it. I'll analyze it. No, Suma, I'll upload it and keep it. No, I'll analyze it. While analyzing it, I'll get a better understanding. Right? That is one. A centralized viewpoint of all the data. Yes. It's a very centralized. I upload all the data from various sources into this data warehouse. So I get a centralized view. Right? Once all the data is identified and consistent, the organization can generate one version of truth. One version of truth means analyzing the data. If someone says something, this is the data that you can understand what is the exact thing which is happening. What is our organization going through, right? With data only you can analyze and tell. No, that is what it is. They are saying you can understand the one version of truth. What is the honest opinion or how is the organization doing? This creates a historical record of data which allows an analysis of trend. Now the record is created. This now you can further analysis. See date. So just understand there'll be small differences which you have to understand, right? Collection of data and storing there itself, their warehouse actually ends as a concept. Analyzing is actually next concept. Okay, but data warehouse is used for analyzing. When we analyze, we don't call it as data warehousing. Okay, we call it as data mining. After data mining, data analytics will come. Data analytics, business intelligence will come. Okay, yes, you're studying one by one. So what happened here was the evolution of systems. You should understand. First when you do, right, the first database itself is tough. Okay, to create a database, to build a computer itself was tough, correct? Then they spoke about Excel files. Excel files were not very good after a point of time. Then they invented database. Then they invented data warehouse. Then data is there, no? Can I use it for analyzing? Some guy thought, let me analyze it. Then data mining. Then data analytics. All these things were evolving slowly. Okay, that story also you should know. I'll tell it in due course of time. Okay, but now just have this picture. Okay, now this creates historical records of data which allows to analyze trends. Data warehouse provides tools and combines data which provide new information and analysis. Will provide tools to combine data and which provides new data analysis. So, but for all your understanding, please understand data warehouse ends when the data is transferred and loaded in that. After that, the usage is different. The data warehouse is used for analyzing, but data warehouse as a concept is not analyzing, just for storing and for further analysis. Okay, now let us go to data mining very quickly. Then I'll ask you, okay, what if you have any questions. Data mining is the process of analyzing the data. Now you are understanding, huh? You're storing, it ends till storing, and data warehouse ends till storing and says, you can use it for analysis. When you're analyzing, we call it as what? Data mining. Data mining. I'll stop here, right? If you have any questions, ask till benefits of warehouse, data warehouse. Because I wanted to go here because if I don't tell that, no, hey, what is this analyzing storage? Is Suma saying something. So I just went with data mining. And we'll talk about data mining in detail. But just tell me what it is. If you have any questions, please ask. No questions? Online, offline? Okay, done. Data mining. Let's move on. Data mining is the process of analyzing the data to find previously unknown trends, patterns, and association to make a decision. Okay, now what happened? I'll just give you a story. What happened? Walmart, right? So what they did was they had a warehouse. Okay, they had a data warehouse. They analyzed it. You know what they found out? They found out that diapers, diapers, what is diapers, right? For, babies, underwear, which is absorbent. Okay. Now, diapers and beer, alcohol, right? Had some connection when they analyzed. Beer and diapers had a connection. Can you think of it like this? Why? Wow. Okay. So I'll tell you what happened. So they understood this something was related. The same, whenever people bought diaper, they bought beer also. Okay. What they understood was, they understood that parents, the father in US, this all happened in US. The father who came for beer, right, asked, well, called his wife, you want diapers for the child or not? In that case, if it's so he bought it, right? Or if they come for diapers, he sees the beer and takes the beer and puts in his cart. Okay, this is what is happening. When it was very far, it was happening like this. So what Walmart did is they kept diapers and beers close to each other. So it's obvious, no? When I'm coming for beer, diaper is there, means why he'll call easily his wife. Hey, you want diapers for the child? He's going to take the diapers for the wife would have said, get diapers. He or she will go, right? They see beer. Hey, diapers, beer. Beer also. So they found a connection out of it. That is called unknown trends or patterns. You do not know this trend is there, no? This is the Walmart example. Okay. So analyzing the data helps you to understand unknown patterns and relations and association to make a decision. Yeah, they made a decision. Let's put this together. Let's see what happens. The sales grew bigger. Okay. This is one story which I heard. I don't know whether it's true or not. But good for example. No. Generally, data mining is accomplished through automated process against extremely large set of data. What they are saying is generally it's an automated process. Okay. They are not saying it's compulsory. Okay. Now the world has ventured into more of automation of process. But generally it is automated. So you can do it manually also. Analyzing the patterns. Okay. Who does this all? There's our names for it. Data scientists, we call it as. Who does it? Anyway, that's not there. It'll come in the future. Let's see. Now, what is the steps in data mining? What is the steps in data mining? Let us see. Similar to, till you bring it to data warehouse, no? Same steps only you will see. Data integration. Did you remember? Integration is nothing but collecting the data. Selection, you select which you want to analyze, right? Cleaning, transformation, no, that is cleaning, right? Cleaning means, okay, unwanted, they are telling unwanted things, you are removing it, right? Inconsistency data, you're cleaning it. Transformation, right? Smoothing and aggregating and all those things they are saying. And then you mine, you analyze the patterns, Then pattern evaluation, knowledge presentation, that is visualizing the pattern, right? And then you take it for a decision. We'll read it one by one what it is, but these are the steps. Let's see. Now, data integration. Data are collected and integrated from all different sources. Data selection. Select only those data which we think is useful for data mining. Don't analyze everything because while analyzing, system has to run. No? Too much of data, it'll get stuck. So don't do too much. Data cleaning. What is data cleaning? Data that is collected or not cleaned may contain errors or missing values. Right? A phone number might be wrong. Right? Or let's say product will be ABCD. Data would have been corrupted. Data can be corrupted. So data corrupt and all, delete those things. Don't use corrupted or missing data to analyze. You'll go wrong. Okay. Thus, we need to apply different techniques to get rid of the anomalies. Then transformation. Almost these are all same only. Okay, they're just differentiating it. transformed into appropriate form of mining using techniques like smoothing, aggregation, and normalization. Right? Aggregation is nothing but what? Totaling, right? And smoothing is means making it case based, non case based. Case means capital letter, small letter. Smoothing the data basically. Cleaning the data is same thing as cleaning. Let's take it as okay. Then data mining will take. In this, various mining techniques are applied on the data to discover interesting patterns. Techniques like clustering, association analysis are among the different techniques. So there are analyzing techniques. There are statistical tools to analyze data. Right? Now, for example, bar chart is a tool. You know what is bar chart? No, or line chart and all. Graph. All these are tools to analyze. If you show as data, you will not be able to see. But even when you present it visually, you will be able to see. Right? So there are certain tools to analyze. Association analysis, clustering analysis. It can be association analysis, nothing but I buy this, which other product I buy. Clustering means if I buy this, which other product I don't buy. Which product I don't buy. Like that you can analyze and keep. Okay. Then second last step is once you analyze, let's say you analyze that two things are related. It involves visualization, transformation, and removing redundant patterns from the patterns we generated. Right? Now you would have got lot of patterns. Right? Lot of patterns. Let's say I told beer and diaper is connected. There can be pattern deer and urga, pickle can also be connected in India, maybe, right? There can be a pattern beer and shoe, but it's not so connected. Only one or two customers would have bought, right? That is also a pattern only, no? So you delete all the redundant data, not so important, okay? And take steps in visualizing it. Visualizing means putting charts and other things, okay? Done. Decision and use of discovered knowledge. So once you get it, you get the pattern, use this data to take a decision. Okay, these are the steps in data mining. Very important. Okay, you should know. Are we clear? Any questions in this? Any questions in this? Clustering with an exam. Clustering means how connected is one and another. Let's say for you, let's say with the example of ArivuPro, right? Association you will understand better. Someone buys paper 1, will he buy paper 2 also? Right? What is the pattern of? We can say 30 people who buy paper 1, buy paper 1 will buy paper 2. That's a pattern. So, you know, if someone buys paper 1, can I apportion 30% of I can predict 30% of the revenue like that pattern. Okay, that is called as association. How associated. Clustering means, okay, there are different tools. Okay, it's not so important how different they are. If I buy this product, I will not buy that product, kind of thing. Right? So that you don't sell those products together. Done? No questions? Now, yes, someone asked this. Sir, data, first itself data I didn't understand. And data itself I didn't understand. You are saying data warehouse, database, data mining. What? All nonsense. Right? Mining, you know, no? What they do? They dig and take gold, no? Similarly, data they are mining. Think like that also. Okay? Now, database stores real-time information. Here, it stores historical information. Data warehouse. Here, it analyzes the previously unknown trends. You should know data mining and data analytics is going to come. That will also confuse future. Please understand here itself. Data mining is analyzing the previous trends. What has happened? What has happened? Okay. Example, in telecommunication sector, database stores information relating to monthly calls and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, same sector, the data warehouse is used for product promotion, decision relating to sales, cashback offer. All these are all old data, right? Non-operation. I'll keep it in my data warehouse. Data mining. Information will be analyzed by data mining techniques to find out the call duration with respect to the particular age, right? And entire data variability. So I'll give you a live example what happened also. When Jio came now, they said free, 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 no. So what happened is SMS was free also. So a lot of companies started using this SMS for free. That is why if you see SMS in Jio is 100. You can send 100 SMS, not unlimited. Calls is unlimited. SMS is limited. Are we understanding? All these things happened. So how they analyze with data mining they did. Or they would have done it on a very lively basis itself. Yeah, it's so obvious. Now it's happening in very, now it's not that they're waiting, then they are putting. It is happening continuously. All these things are happening continuously. Okay. Before they did not have the technology. So they had to take it, put it in another system and then analyze it. Now it is all happening very continuously. That is why you're not, hey, for this you have to put in data warehouse. Right. So that is what it is. Done. It's a function is to do record. Database is to record. Here the function is to report, that is store. Basically it is function is to store. The better word would be the function is to store and use for analysis. Here it is to extract useful, analyze and extract useful information. Right? These are the tools used. These are the tools used. These are the tools used. Okay, this is all some brand names which you will not know. These are softwares. It's like Excel sheet, a Microsoft Excel, right? Or Google Excel, right? All are Excel sheet at the end of the day, but different band. So database, my access. I showed you my access today morning only. First we started my access only. MSQL is also there, right? There are a lot of softwares which you can use for database management. Are we clear? Any questions here? No questions? Done. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Bye bye.